Welcome back to another Keep Moving with Emily. I'm so glad that you're joining me today. You know, there are times when it's super important for us to listen to our bodies. And I love a good boot camp class. I love, high intensity training, but there are days when my body needs something a little bit calmer. Maybe I need to really focus on stretching, or if I'm feeling sore, or if for whatever reason like symptoms are arising, it is okay to give ourselves permission to do something not so intense, but to still move our bodies, because any movement is good movement in my mind. And so today we're just going to be doing kind of a nice yoga session, some gentle stretching. If this hurts your wrists or your ankles, you can always check out one of my seated options. But yeah, we're just going to kind of get moving. And so we're going to start off with a little bit of Tai Chi. So if you're ready, let's get started. So you're going to stand your feet a little bit more than shoulder width apart. We're going to inhale, arms up nice and high, big breath in. And then we're going to exhale, sink it down into a squat, big breath in. And exhale. Good. So just going to kind of warm up our body, energize us a little bit. If you have any tension, we're going to take it out right here. One more big breath in. Reach those arms up and exhale. Nice. We're going to get our feet a little bit wider. We're going to be shifting our weight from side to side. Sink it down into those legs. Kind of find yourself a little bit of a ball. And we're going to push across the body and push across the body. Good. Nice slow movements, nice gentle movements in the back. You can sink it lower into those legs if you want. Let those eyes follow those hands. Again, we're just doing a little bit of gentle movements here, so nothing too crazy. Good. You got it. Nice. Maybe each time we sink a little deeper into those legs. Inhale one way, exhale the other. Let's incorporate that core. Big circle around the head and follow. Are you shifting your weight from right to left, sinking deep into that kind of nice long side lunge? Good. If that's too intense, you can always just shift weight back and forth. Big circle around the head. Feeling the core engaged. Feeling those shoulders warm up. Big circle. Nice. All right, let's come back into the center. Toes are kind of pointed out. We're going to sink it down into a nice sumo squat, big breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to do a nice side lunge, reaching towards that foot. Other side. Good, you're feeling a nice stretch in that inner thigh, in the chest as we open up those arms nice and big. Good. We're using our breath. Good. Last one. Big breath in and exhale. Nice. Back into that center. Back to our little Tai Chi push. Good. You got it. Big circle. You can even just push hands across the body if that feels better. Feeling nice, gentle movements. Good. Envision yourself like a tree in the wind, or if you're playing in water. You got it. Good. One more big breath in up to the sky. Exhale it out. Roll those shoulders. Nice. Now that we've kind of warmed up our body a little bit, we're going to move into our yoga, stretching, a little bit of a flow. So you're going to find yourself at the edge of your mat. I'm going to kind of move mine here. Here we go. Feet are shoulder width apart. We're going to go into extended mountain pose. So inhale, arms up. Big breath in. Reach fingertips up to the sky, palms together. You can even come up onto those toes if you want. Lengthening in the spine. Exhale forward. Tip the hips. Reach those hands towards those feet. Ooh. A nice forward fold, getting a nice stretch in those hamstrings, loosening tension in the back. Nice. We're gonna walk those hands out into a nice downward dog, so hips are pushed up to the sky. We can pedal those feet a little bit. Yeah. Feeling a nice stretch in those hamstrings and those shoulders. Good. Bend at the knees. Left foot comes outside that left hand into a nice long lunge. Good. Drop that back knee. We're going to push those hips back and get a nice stretch in this front foot. This is called pyramid. Feeling a nice stretch in this hamstring. Good. Push back onto those palms into that nice long lunge. Lift the back knee. Perfect. Feeling a nice stretch in that hip flexor. Here we can open up our chest, a nice little spinal rotation here. Looking up towards whatever knee is bent forward. Good. Hand comes back down. Push into downward dog. Pedal those feet a little bit. Good. Other side, bend the knees. Right foot comes outside that right hand. Nice long lunge here. Good. Drop that back knee. Push back into that pyramid. Heels in the ground, toes pointed up. Bring my chest towards that knee, feeling a nice stretch in the back side of this leg. Good. Push it back into that nice long lunge. Lift that back knee. Good. And then we're going into that T rotation. Reach up towards the sky with that hand. Couple wrist rotations here. Good. Palm comes back down. Push into downward dog. We're going to do a little bit of a plank sequence. Get that core engaged. So roll into a nice high plank. You can drop to the knees. Lower it down. Good. Putting the forearms onto the floor. Getting a nice little back extension here. You can have a more intense version by pushing up onto the palms. My lower back's a little sore, so I'm going to listen to my body. You do the same. But I feel a stretch in my lower back, I feel a stretch in my core, lifting the chest and breathing. Good. Chest comes back down, palms are into the ground. Let's push into child's pose. Knees are wide, pushing hips back onto those heels. Forehead comes to the mat. Good. Walk those hands to the right. Drop that left hip, getting a nice stretch here. All along that left side. Walk fingertips back into the middle, nice long. Pushing through those palms, putting pressure onto those palms, feeling a nice stretch down those shoulders. Walk the hands to the left, drop that right hip this time. Reach fingertips back into the middle. Push into tabletop, up into downward dog. Nice. Walk those hands back up towards the feet into a forward fold here. Inhale into extended mountain pose. Lengthen in the spine. Reach the fingertips up onto those tippy toes. A little bit of a baby back bend, reaching those arms back. Big breath in, and as we exhale, arms come behind. Squeezing those shoulder tips, rounding those feet. Nice. Feel a nice stretch in the chest as you open up. Inhale nice and big into that extended mountain pose. We're going into our next little bit of a flow. Exhale, forward fold, tip the hips, hands come to the ground. Inhale, we're going to come halfway up, hands come to those shins, nice flat back. Exhale into forward fold. Very nice. Inhale all the way up into extended mountain pose again. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands come to the ground. We're gonna bring one foot back at an angle. Nice long lunge here into warrior one. So sit up nice and tall. Good, that back foot's kind of angled back. Big breath in, sink into that front leg. Exhale into warrior two, arms come out, pulling fingertips up, nice stretch in that forearm. Exhale, reach arms forward into warrior three. Strong core, strong legs. Inhale, exhale to the ground into downward dog. Good. Up into that high plank. Strong core, hold it here. Back into downward dog. And High plank again. Nice. Downward dog, bend those knees, hands come in between feet come in between those hands. Inhale up into extended mountain pose again. Exhale, open up that chest. Good. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Okay, inhale, halfway up. Exhale. We're gonna bring that other foot back this time at an angle. Inhale those arms up into that nice warrior one. Palms are facing each other, sinking into that front leg. Exhale into that warrior two. Pull fingertips up, feeling a nice stretch in those arms. Swoop arms forward, nice strong core. Hold it here. Feel it in this leg. Exhale, hands come to the ground, downward dog. Good, pedal those feet if you need to. Roll it into that high plank, nice strong core. Nice little shoulder stability here. Back into downward dog. High plank one more time. Good. Drop it to those knees. Sink it back one more time into child's pose. Well done. Push it into tabletop position. Do a couple of cat-cows. This is a great one for that lower back. So I want you to arch that back up to the sky, rounding in those shoulders, pulling belly button up to the spine. Exhale out. Good. Belly comes to the floor, looking up. Again, angry cat. Arch that back up. Exhale. You're gonna go at your own pace. Nice fluid motions, using that breath, feeling a nice stretch in those shoulder blades. Nice stretch in that lower back too. One more time here. And exhale. Good, we're gonna do a couple of bird dogs. So I want you to extend right arm and left leg out. Good. Hold here. Do a little bit of core. Nice. Pull that elbow in to that knee and extend. Let's do two more. Here's one. And extend. Last one. Very nice. Switch sides. Extend nice and long, squeezing in the glutes, squeezing in the back. And bring that elbow to knee. Reach. Two more times. Nice, last one. Pull it in, extend, and hand comes. Do a couple of little, call it thoracic spine T rotations. So we're gonna thread the needle. So I'm bringing my right arm underneath that left. Good, feels good here. You can drop the head if you want. If you want more of an intense one, you can do a little bit of a prayer pose, bringing hands together. Yeah, nice little T rotation spine here. Little spinal rotation. Good, back up into a nice tabletop. Thread the other side. Left arm comes underneath that right. Feels good. Again, you can do that prayer pose. Put that elbow into the ground. Palms come together like you're praying. You decide what feels good to you. And back into tabletop position. Good. Let's go ahead and take a seat here. Feels good to just kind of move the body. Nice, strong bodies of ours. So I'm in a nice seated position, kind of crisscross applesauce, and I'm just gonna walk my hands into a nice circle. So I'm just reaching forward, gently walking to one side, feeling a nice stretch in that lower back. Walk those hands to the other side. Good. Feeling a nice stretch in that lower back, maybe in those inner thighs. You go at your own pace. But if you're like me and have some lower back pain, this one feels really great. They call this a Sufi circle. It's a new term I learned. I'm always learning new things. Good, keep going. Maybe if just sitting forward feels good to you, awesome. If going to one side feels better, great. What I love about stretching or even yoga is this is an opportunity for you to just kind of set intentions or become more aware of your body. Some people like to do this in the morning or even in the evening, so whenever you decide to do this, it feels good in the body. Good, slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, arms up into a seated extended mountain pose this time. I want you to drop one arm, and then you're gonna lean over to that side. Nice little half moon stretch here. Feeling a nice stretch maybe in those obliques or the lats. Inhale, arms up. Drop that other arm to the floor and lean. Good. And when I call this yoga, this is like keep moving with Emily. Good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms back behind a nice little chest stretch here. So I'm just walking my fingertips back, lifting the chest, opening up those shoulders. You can always have feet extended out in front if that feels better, or feet bent. Good. Feet bent, your knees bent. Good. All right, sit up nice and tall. We're gonna bring one knee in front, bending the knee, and then this other leg's gonna kind of come back almost like if you're doing a quad stretch. This is gonna be a very modified pigeon pose. As we hinge forward, we're gonna stretch out this glute with the knee that's forward into a bit of a figure four stretch. Inhale, exhale, hinge forward. Maybe forearms are on the ground, or if you're even more flexible, maybe forehead can come towards the ground. And we're just getting a nice stretch in the glutes. Again, if you wanna change the angle of your body with what feels good, go for it. Breathe. Nice stretch in that inner thigh, glute. I want you to push through those palms, sit up nice and tall, and then we're going to lean back, getting a nice quad stretch and hip flexor. So we're stretching out the front of this other leg, and then we'll make sure to even it out. Good. You may notice I kind of like lean from side to side, figuring out which angle feels best. Good. I'm just pulling this heel up towards my glute, depending on flexibility. Good. Let's switch sides. So we're gonna extend this leg forward and just switch. So I'm pulling this heel up towards my glute, taking the inside of my foot and putting it on top of this thigh. Nice little figure four. Inhale and exhale forward. Again, forearms can come to the floor. Or if you're more flexible, maybe you come all the way to the ground. Maybe one side is tighter than the other. Be aware of that. Nice and tall, push through those palms, and then we're gonna lean back, pull that heel into the glute. Nice hip flexor, quad stretch here. So we're doing a little bit more static stretching, which is like where we're holding poses for longer, which is why it's really important to warm up the body somehow before we do any static stretching like this. So maybe you go for a walk, or you could do that little Tai Chi warm up like we did. Anything to just kind of get the muscles warm, super important. Our muscles are like rubber bands. We don't ever want to try to stretch them like this when they're cold. Good. Perfect. All right. Very nice. We're going to go onto our back now. So you're gonna lay nice and long. Reach arms up overhead. Extend legs nice and long. See how tall you can get reaching. Good, a couple big breaths here as we're lengthened nice and long. Good. I want you to bring one knee into your chest and hug that knee up towards your chest and just do some nice little ankle rotations here. One One more big breath as we pull that knee in, and then I want you to bring that knee across your body. So my right knee is going over to my left side of my body, and then I'm opening up my arms into almost like a T, so getting a nice stretch in my chest. And in that lower back as that knee comes across my body. Trying to keep the shoulders on the ground. I'm super tight in my hips, so I can't bring my knee all the way to the floor without my shoulders coming up off the ground. Focus on nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. As we roll back flat on our back, you're going to place this ankle, the knee that went over, on top of the other thigh. We're going to do a little bit of a glute stretch and then pull that other knee in. A little bit of a figure four, seated, glute stretch. We're really pulling that other knee into our chest, feeling a nice stretch in that glute. One more big breath in, exhale, and lengthen legs nice and long. Both come long, arms come up overhead. We're gonna do the other side. So pull that other knee into your chest, nice knee hug here, rotate that ankle. Inhale nice and big as that knee comes across the body as you exhale. And then open up that arm, feel the stretch in that chest. Good. Now, if you need to stay in these stretches a little longer, you do that. You know what you need. Good. As I roll onto my back, I'm placing that ankle on top of that extended leg. And then I'm gonna hug that other knee up to my chest, getting a nice stretch in that. You should be feeling it kind of this medial glute as we hug this knee from behind. Nice. Play with the angle. Sometimes if I drop that foot towards the side, center your body. Good. One more big breath in. Limbs come long, lengthen. Good. Now you can bring the bottoms of your feet together into like a bit of a butterfly pose if you want, and just kind of let those knees come wide, opening up those hips if that feels good to you. And breathe. Big breath in. Exhale. Good. Lengthen the legs nice and long. Palms are just going to face up to the sky. And we're just going to kind of stay here in this this pose. I call it Shavasana. This is just an opportunity to just kind of take a moment and breathe and be still. Let our minds be still as we breathe in and exhale. Noticing the floor beneath us. Maybe we start at those feet. Moving up to the ankles and calves. Body scan as we go from our toes to our head, just checking in, noticing maybe we feel a little bit looser, maybe that tension or the frustration or stress we are feeling is slowly easing. Let your body melt into the floor. Noticing your belly rise and fall as you breathe in. Belly rises. Exhale. Belly falls. You're holding tension in those shoulders. I just want you to exhale. Shoulders fall. Release any tension in your neck, arms, fingertips. Maybe even for these few moments, I want you to visualize a place that brings you peace. Maybe that's the mountains, crisp air, or maybe it's the ocean with the constant, just gentle, soothing noise of the waves. So busy these days, and sometimes we forget to take moments just to breathe and be still. Celebrating little victories and giving ourselves grace. So today, as you just lay here, maybe you've got a busy day ahead of you, or you've already had a busy day, and today we're going to change our mindset. We're not going to focus on the things we didn't accomplish or couldn't get done. Let's focus on the things we did. Maybe it's something simple like getting laundry done or checking that one item off your list of things to do. Taking time to get your body moving. That was right now. We're going to celebrate those little victories. And know those things on our minds that are like, well, you didn't do this or you didn't do this. Right now, I want you to just take a big breath in. And as we breathe out, we're just going to let grace just kind of flow over us. We're going to give ourselves grace. Give ourselves grace to take a break and to maybe slow down, or to give ourselves a break from striving and ceasing to be perfect or to do everything. It's okay. We can give ourselves permission to set it aside and instead celebrating those little victories. So as we wake our bodies up, I want you to wiggle those toes or maybe rock your feet or your knees back and forth. Slowly wake up those arms, maybe do some wrist circles. I want you to bring both knees into your chest. Good. Hug those knees, maybe roll back and forth. And we're going to slowly rock up as we breathe. Wonderful. One more big breath into the sky. We're going to breathe in. Remember to celebrate those little victories. Exhale it out as a reminder to give ourselves grace. You're doing awesome. And I want you to know that you are seen and you are loved. And you're doing a good job and you are enough. So have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much for joining me. And make sure to join me back for another Keep Moving with Emily. I'll see you later. Bye.